Everyone is talking about gut health in 2026, and the wellness industry is making billions off of your confusion. Wellness consumers are facing a growing rate of confusion and misinformation, and ultimately new health problems. So in this video, I'm breaking down what science actually says about your gut microbiome, the gut-brain connection, fiber trends like fibermaxxing, and supplement scams versus what real wellness requires you to do for good outcomes. This is not fear-mongering. This is backed by peer-reviewed research and coming to you from someone who's actually degreed and certified in real life. So let's get straight into it. Why is everyone so obsessed with gut health right now? Here's the thing, gut health is legitimately having a moment, and not just in wellness circles. One of the most respected food and beverage research organizations in the world just named gut health the #1 food and nutrition trend of 2026. Not skin hair, not protein, gut health. About 60% of global consumers are now actively choosing foods specifically because they contain probiotics or prebiotics. And the supplement industry has definitely taken note. The global probiotic supplement market is projected to exceed $100 billion in the next 2 years. Just this week, about 20 hours before I recorded this video for y'all, Science Alert just published a piece on the fibermaxxing trends. So after years of protein obsession, fiber is now the new darling of the wellness space. I've always told people Americans are taking in way too much protein, creating new health problems, and by me giving them anti-trend, science-backed wellness guidance, I've helped so many clients and organizations get science-based wellness programs and achieve the body and healthy lifestyle they ultimately want. So now let's crack the truth on the fiber trend. Is it actually grounded in science, or are we watching another wellness hype trend? The kind that convinces you to spend money on something that you don't even need in a way that doesn't even work? And the answer is, it's complicated. Let's start with going over what your gut actually is. Because if you don't understand the biology, you will be manipulated by the wellness marketing. Your gut is not just a food processor. It has about 100 trillion microorganisms like bacteria, viruses, and fungi. Scientists call this your microbiome. It's actively communicating at all times with your immune system, your metabolism, your hormones, and yes, your brain. About 70% of your entire immune system lives in your gut. Your gut is, in a lot of ways, the headquarters of your body's defense operation, which is why if you get sick, the general consensus is to stay hydrated and continue to eat, fueling your gut and ultimately your immune system. Now let's talk about your brain. Your gut and your brain are in constant conversation, and this communication is what we call the gut-brain axis. It works through your vagus nerve, your immune system, and chemical messengers called metabolites. Now, this is the most important, arguably, thing that I think you should remember. 90% of your body's serotonin is produced in your gut, not your brain. And this is associated with mood, happiness, emotional regulation, all produced in your gut. So when someone gets hangry or just quiet because they haven't eaten, they're actually having a normal chemical response. And on the flip side, if you mostly eat McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or fried and unhealthy food, you can still have dysregulated mood or emotions because you're eating food that your body can't properly digest or metabolize. Now, I want you to ask yourself or someone you know, how many times have you been told by a doctor or by our culture and the mental health narrative that anxiety, depression, mood disorders live entirely in your brain or in your head, that it's a developmental problem or a psychological problem that just has to be medicated? That is only half the story. A 2026 published review confirmed what researchers have been saying for years and what I've been saying. The gut microbiome is a huge modulator of brain function and mental health. It influences neurodevelopment, neurotransmission, and behavior through the vagus nerve, immune signaling, and metabolites like short-chain fatty acids and neurotransmitter precursors, but I'm nerding out. This all just means that your gut is directly involved in how your brain develops, how your mood is regulated, and how your nervous system functions. So, if we have experimental and peer-reviewed evidence confirming that large role our gut plays in our mental health is real, why are we mostly treating mental health as a brain-only issue? Well, here's the answer in my thought. Because fixing your gut with real clean food and real lifestyle changes is not nearly as profitable as selling you a supplement or prescription. If you walk into any pharmacy or go online, you'll find dozens of probiotic supplements making a lot of the same promises. Better digestion, clearer skin, improved mood, lots of bold claims. And I made a video all about how to correctly shop for supplements and what to look out for. I'm tagging it in the description below. But are probiotics useless? No. But here's just the information the marketing isn't telling you. Billion CFU counts are just marketing theater. CFU counts are measured at manufacture. Bacteria die during the storage. If a product doesn't guarantee CFU viability at expiration, that big number is already inaccurate that you see. Third party tested, that means nothing without a name. Look for NSF, International, USP, or Informed Sport. No name certifier means unverified claim. This will really open your eyes if you're an online shopper. So zoom in on those descriptions and labels and watch out for this. Lastly, strain matters. There's a massive difference between seeing a strain name like Lactobacillus acidophilus versus the strain name listed with NCFM. That's an alphanumeric system that tells you what strain is in the capsule, whether it's been studied in human clinical trials. Now, the probiotic market has a massive white label problem. Only a small number of manufacturers produce capsules in bulk, but dozens of Amazon brands just buy those same capsules, add a new logo, create a CFU count, and launch what looks like a new product, leaving a lot of wellness consumers buying fluff. Okay, now fibermaxxing. Is it science or another trend? After years of the internet screaming about protein, fiber is now having its viral moment. Basically, the fibermaxxing trend is that more is better. Now, me personally and other nutritionists, dietitians, and researchers aren't too mad about that, but it's all in your how. So here's the science. High fiber foods like beans, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and nuts are linked to lowering rates of certain cancers and help regulate cholesterol or blood sugar. Fiber feeds your gut microbiome, directly supporting your brain and immune health. Now, 25 to 38 grams per day is what's recommended, but guess how many Americans are not hitting that target? 95%. So, if everyone needs more fiber, how would this be a problem? Remember this for the rest of your life. Trends create extremes, and extremes create new health problems. Rapidly loading your body with massive amounts of isolated fiber supplements or even herbs can cause you harmful GI distress and ultimately disrupt the very balance that you're trying to create in your gut microbiome. So you don't need a fiber supplement if you're consistently eating whole foods or plants. And obviously they get metabolized better. So here's what actually works according to research to fix your fiber intake. Number 1, eat a diverse range of whole plants. Variety feeds variety. Aim for a wide range of colors, textures, and types. Fermented foods over supplements like yogurt, kimchi, kefir, and miso, which is one of my favorites. I always get it anytime I'm out for sushi, ramen, or pho, because I don't know how to cook it myself, but I order it. You can get enough of what your gut needs in these type of foods. Number 2, ultra processed food. This one drives me nuts. I've been talking about it for years at speaking engagements and with clients, and ultra processed foods make up more than 60% of the American diet, which is insane. They already cause so many other issues that research and science has proven, but specific research on gut dysbiosis consistently also points to ultra-processed foods as a major disruptor. Third and final is to manage chronic stress in your life. The gut-brain axis goes both ways. Chronic stress affects your nervous system and disrupts so many things, including your microbiome. I have a free wellness channel where I send mental wellness routines and functional fitness, nutrition, and lots more. You can access it using the link in the description below. Now, this is pure immunology I'm giving you, not more trendy wellness content. So if you're considering a probiotic or a supplement, be a detective. Look for named strains with that alphanumeric code we talked about. CFU at expiration, make sure it's there. And you want to find a named third-party certifier. And most importantly, get some urine or blood tests first and talk to your provider. You don't need a new trend every 3 months. Consistent science-backed choices will compound over time. Now, what did you learn today? Please drop it in the comments. I would love to know. And specifically, I want to know if you've been spending money on probiotics and whether this changes how you're thinking about it. If this was valuable, please share it with someone who needs it. Wellness consumers are facing a growing rate of confusion and misinformation and ultimately new health problems.